check out the obscene political vindictiveness of people celebrating this Trump second indictment. Peter Strzok puts out a photo on social media with Trump in handcuffs. This is the same Peter Strzok who texted Lisa Page to say, hey, listen, don't worry about Trump being elected because we have, quote, an insurance policy to stop it. So the naked political attack here is pretty obvious. Hillary Clinton, of course, I think somewhat sarcastically, but also trying to raise money, puts out her line of merchandise, the website, and one apparently she's trying to sell her hat, which goes but her emails. And her point being that, I guess she's being sarcastic, well, Trump supporters will try to defend what Trump did by appealing to Hillary's emails. And Hillary's starting point appears to be that there was nothing there. Now, that's not true. And to have this odious Hillary Clinton gloating over this, again, it just is indicative of the way in which the left sort of launches these strikes. And a certain part of me admires their boldness in doing it. I would not have thought, and most Republicans don't think, that they would have the chutzpah to go after Trump on all these different levels on things that seem so ridiculous. Oh, yeah, he paid off this porn star. He took papers that he should have given back and he didn't give them back in time. Here's James Comey. And James Comey goes, he gives an interview where he basically says that in 2024, it can't be Trump, it has to be Biden. Again, giving the idea that what these indictments are all about is preventing Trump from running again, or somehow, even if he does run again, wounding him so much that he won't be able to mount an effective campaign. And then, of course, Comey sort of spills the beans by saying in the interview, in effect, that if Trump gets elected, he might do to us what we've been doing to him. He doesn't put it that way. He says Trump might try to extract political retribution, but that's just another way of saying that Trump may turn the same justice apparatus that has been mobilized against him in the other direction. Glancing over the indictment, it's not that there are a few things there that I didn't know about that raise eyebrows, and I think over the next couple of days, I will go into this stuff in more detail. There's apparently there's an audio tape. Trump is apparently talking to two visitors about a classified sort of U.S. attack plan on Iran. And the document at that point is quite clearly unclassified. So look, if Trump did that, that's reckless behavior. It's not clear to me it's criminal behavior of any kind, but he shouldn't have done it. But again, the big question is, did he do it? What was the context in which he did it? What did he actually reveal? Did he just say, hey, we're making a plan for an attack on Iran? And because there is a classified plan for do that, is that called, quote, revealing a classified document? Did he actually produce the document and show the document and go, here, look, by the way, take a look, guys, at the plans for the attack on Iran? So a lot of this hinges upon what it is that Trump actually did. I also think that what's revealing here, Debbie and I were talking this morning about, the strange sort of dog that hasn't barked here. And the dog that hasn't barked here is the united GOP rising to the defense of Trump here and striking out back against the Biden regime. I mean, why hasn't there been a single impeachment brought against anyone in the Biden administration? I mean, there should be one against Biden. There should be one against Mayorkas. There should be one against Merrick Garland. That's just to get started. And it's true that people like Marjorie Taylor Greene have introduced these resolutions and introduced these bills, but they don't seem to be moving rapidly forward. And I think that has to be put at the door of Kevin McCarthy, because it is the Republican weakness and indifference, the Republican looking away, the Republican desire to sort of duck all this, and in some cases, the almost covert glee of some Republicans that this is going on. Why? Because they're running for president too, and they wouldn't mind it too much if Trump were either removed from the race or somehow disabled from being able to run an effective primary campaign. So Chris Christie, for example, is now kind of saying basically that Trump is a bad guy, and he's going to save the Republican Party. Now, really, Debbie's just a spontaneous laughter. But look, polls have shown that there are 60% of Republicans, this is, by the way, according to a CNN poll, who will not vote for Christie, quote, under any circumstances. So the idea that these guys, or even Asa Hutchinson, who is basically has about the same chance of becoming president as me, and I'm not running. In fact, not only am I not running, I'm not even eligible. And I have a better chance of making it than Asa Hutchinson. But he calls on Trump to, quote, respect the office and end his campaign. In other words, improve my chances of making it, which, by the way, even if Trump stepped aside, Asa, you're not going to make it. Then there's Mike Pence. And again, Mike Pence, another guy, I think basically decently motivated, but his own reframing of the issues now makes no sense. He says that on January 6th, quote, Trump demanded I choose between him and our Constitution. As if Trump came to Mike Pence and go, Mike, really, it's a clear choice. It's me or the Constitution. I think you should choose me. That's not what Trump said at all. That's not what Trump wanted Pence to do. That's not what anybody wanted Pence to do. So again, Pence is fabricating this stuff and fabricating a morality tale to make himself the hero. I had to choose between Trump and the Constitution, and I chose the Constitution because I, after all, am a highly moral man. So Nikki Haley is not openly attacking Trump, but she basically does frame her candidacy in generational terms, kind of like we need a new generation of leadership. And there are going to be some people in the Republican Party who are, I've got to say, probably a little exhausted, probably open to this idea that we need fresh air. But to me, the important point here is that if you give in to all this, you're saying nothing more than that the Republican Party doesn't just abandon its soldiers on the field, which it did on January 6th, but it's abandoning its general on the field, in this case, Trump. And it shows that we're going to let the left know that they can do open season on us. And every time they pick out one, it's like, the cheetah is going to pick one from the herd and all the rest of the herd is going to flee in the relieved idea that, gee, it wasn't me. It may be me next time, but hopefully it'll be somebody else other than me. So this is the place that we're at, and it is time for us to strike back. Otherwise, our vulnerability, our individual vulnerability and our collective vulnerability will only increase.